Look up at the night sky. It's a vast star-studded expanse. We see beauty, but the cosmos remains indifferent to our existence. It doesn't offer answers. It doesn't provide inherent meaning. This cosmic silence can be unsettling. It challenges our human desire for purpose. For centuries, we've searched for meaning beyond ourselves. We've sought answers in religion, philosophy, and the natural world. But what if the universe simply is? What if our yearning for inherent meaning is misdirected? What if, instead of a universe filled with answers, we inhabit one that echoes with silence? This is the heart of Albert Camus' philosophy of the absurd. The absurd isn't about the universe being nonsensical. It's about the fundamental disconnect between our deep-seated need for meaning and the universe's lack of inherent obligation to provide it. This realization can be daunting. It forces us to confront a fundamental truth: we are responsible for creating our own meaning. In this seeming void, we have an incredible opportunity. We have the power to define our own purpose in a world that doesn't offer it freely. Imagine a vast cosmic canvas. We, humans, are but brushstrokes on its surface. We yearn to understand the artist's intent, to find our place within the grand design, but the canvas remains silent. It offers no explanation, no preordained narrative. This is the essence of the absurd. It's the tension between our innate desire for meaning and the universe's indifference to our quest. Camus, a French philosopher who grappled with this very tension, saw the absurd not as a dead end, but as a starting point. He believed that recognizing the universe's silence wasn't a cause for despair. Instead, it was an invitation to create our own meaning in a world devoid of inherent purpose. Think of it this way: we are all storytellers. We weave narratives about our lives, our purpose, and our place in the world. The absurd simply reminds us that we are the authors of our own stories. We have the freedom to choose the narratives we want to live by. We can choose to see the universe's silence not as a prison, but as an open field, a field ripe with possibility, where we can plant our own flags and declare our own truths. When confronted with the absurd, we face a crossroads. We can deny its existence, clinging to comforting illusions. We can succumb to despair, crushed by the weight of meaninglessness. Or we can choose rebellion. We can embrace the absurd as a defining characteristic of our existence. This rebellion, according to Camus, is not a revolt against the universe, but an act of radical acceptance. Denial offers a facade of safety. We construct elaborate belief systems to shield ourselves from the unsettling reality of the absurd. We tell ourselves stories of cosmic purpose and preordained destinies. These stories, while comforting, ultimately crumble when confronted with the universe's indifference. Despair, on the other hand, paralyzes us. It convinces us that our actions are futile in the face of cosmic indifference. It whispers that our lives are but fleeting moments in an uncaring universe. This perspective, while tempting in its bleakness, robs us of agency. It denies us the power to carve meaning from the seemingly meaningless. Rebellion, however, is a defiant act of creation. It is the choice to find joy and meaning despite the absurd. It's the recognition that while the universe may not offer inherent purpose, we have the power to create our own. This act of rebellion is not about rage or resentment. It's about embracing the freedom that comes from acknowledging the absurd. It's about living a life rich with experience, passion, and creation, knowing that our meaning is derived not from cosmic favor, but from our own choices. Imagine standing at the edge of the unknown. The ground beneath you, once solid and sure, now feels uncertain. The familiar narratives, the comforting illusions, have fallen away. You are face to face with the absurd. It is in this space of uncertainty that true rebellion begins. Rebellion, in the face of the absurd, is not a fist raised in anger. It's a quiet act of defiance. It is the choice to embrace the freedom that comes from letting go of the need for absolute certainty. It is the decision to live fully, passionately, and authentically, even in the absence of guaranteed meaning. This rebellion is not about rejecting the world or its challenges. It's about embracing them with open arms. It's about recognizing that our struggles, our joys, our triumphs, and our failures all contribute to the rich tapestry of our lives. It's about finding beauty and meaning in the everyday moments, even when those moments are tinged with the absurd. We long for clear answers, predictable outcomes, and a sense of control over the unfolding narrative of our lives, but the universe, in its infinite vastness, often defies our need for order. It throws curveballs, it challenges our assumptions, it reminds us that we are not always in the driver's seat. This can be unsettling, even frightening, but what if instead of resisting uncertainty, we embraced it? Uncertainty is not the enemy of meaning. In fact, it is often the birthplace of our most profound discoveries. Think about scientific breakthroughs, artistic masterpieces, and moments of personal growth. They often arise from embracing the unknown, from venturing beyond the comfortable confines of certainty. Letting go of the need to know everything doesn't mean abandoning reason or logic. It simply means acknowledging that there are limits to our understanding. It means accepting that some questions may never have definitive answers. This acceptance can be incredibly liberating. It frees us from the burden of needing to have all the answers. It allows us to approach the world with a sense of wonder and curiosity. If the universe doesn't provide inherent meaning, then we must create it. We are all authors, writing the stories of our lives with each passing moment. Our actions, our choices, our interactions with the world, these are the words that fill the pages of our personal narratives. Action in the face of the absurd becomes an act of defiance. It is a declaration that we will not be defined by cosmic indifference. We will choose our own adventures. We will pursue our own passions. We will leave our mark on the world, however small or grand. This doesn't mean we need to achieve extraordinary things to live meaningful lives. Meaning can be found in the simplest of acts. A kind word to a stranger, a moment of connection with nature, the pursuit of a forgotten passion. It's about infusing our daily lives with intention, with purpose, with a conscious effort to create beauty and connection in a world that often feels indifferent. In our relentless pursuit of meaning, we often overlook the present moment. We get caught up in anxieties about the future, regrets about the past, and the nagging feeling that something is missing. We forget that the present moment is all we truly have. The absurd reminds us that life is finite. Our time on this planet is limited. This realization, rather than leading to despair, can be incredibly freeing. It encourages us to savor each experience, to appreciate the beauty in the mundane, and to find joy in the simple act of being alive. Practicing presence is a skill, one that requires conscious effort and cultivation. It's about silencing the noise of our thoughts and tuning into the sensations of the present moment, the feel of the sun on our skin, the sound of laughter, the taste of a delicious meal. These are the moments that make up the richness of life. In Greek mythology, Sisyphus was condemned to an eternity of pushing a boulder up a hill, only to have it roll back down each time he neared the top. This seemingly meaningless task has become a powerful metaphor for the human condition. We often find ourselves engaged in repetitive, seemingly futile endeavors. We work tirelessly towards goals that feel constantly out of reach. We experience setbacks, disappointments, and the frustrating cyclical nature of life. Camus saw in Sisyphus a symbol of our own struggle against the absurd. He argued that we must imagine Sisyphus happy. Not happy because his task is inherently meaningful, but happy because he chooses to find meaning in it. He chooses to embrace the struggle, to find joy in the effort, and to rebel against the futility of his situation by finding purpose within it. The myth of Sisyphus reminds us that meaning is not always found in the destination. It can be found in the journey itself. It's about finding moments of joy and fulfillment even in the midst of life's inevitable struggles. The absurd, while initially a daunting concept, holds within it the seeds of profound freedom. When we let go of the need for absolute certainty, when we embrace uncertainty as a fundamental aspect of existence, we open ourselves up to a world brimming with possibilities. The absurd liberates us from the weight of preordained meaning. It grants us the freedom to define our own purpose, to write our own stories, and to find joy and fulfillment on our own terms. It empowers us to live authentically, passionately, and in full awareness of the precious, fleeting nature of life. This freedom, however, is not a passive state of being. It requires conscious effort, a willingness to embrace uncertainty, and a commitment to creating meaning in a world that doesn't offer it freely. We began by contemplating the vast, indifferent cosmos. We felt the weight of its silence, the unsettling nature of its indifference. But through exploring the absurd, we've discovered that this cosmic silence is not a prison. It's an invitation. It's a call to create, to connect, and to find meaning in a world that doesn't offer it freely. We are all stargazers in our own right. We look out at the vast expanse of our lives, searching for patterns, meaning, and connection. The absurd reminds us that we have the power to chart our own courses through this cosmos of our own making. We are free to choose our own adventures, to chase our own comets, and to find beauty and wonder in the most unexpected of places. The universe may be silent, but our lives need not be. Let our actions, our choices, and our interactions with the world be a testament to the power of the human spirit to find meaning, create beauty, and live fully, even in the face of the absurd.